you got the car there lying fallow for 47 days, and it only took you 4 days to repair it. At any time, you could have taken the car, and when your repair company said, okay, I got the sign off, you could have brought it in, and they would have done it in 4 days. You follow what I'm saying? I don't understand why you would have left it there for 47 days and then expect the insurance company to pay it.
Because every time I talked to the body shop, he said it was going to be soon.
Soon? But wouldn't you say that after 2 weeks, soon is not happening? Wouldn't a reasonable person say, wait a minute, let me take the car, and when you're really ready to do it, I'll drive it here, and you can have it for 4 or 5 days. Isn't that the way it should be?
Well, the reasonable person would assume that the insurance company would get off their butts and approve my...
Well, insurance companies don't like to pay rental agreements.
No, they don't
right?
like to pay anything.
Right. That's true, too.
I get another thing.
But that's an awful lot of rental expenses for an insurance company to bear under these circumstances. I don't have anything further.
Mr. Ostapacides, did you have any physical injuries as a result
No,
of
I have
this?
no. I have just a question. If they paid him the $900, was that kind of like a payoff type of thing? And if you take that money, isn't it kind of just you're taking the money and you're done?
Are you doing our job?
I'm sorry about that. I'm just a little curious about that. I'm sorry about that.
No. Don't apologize.
People do it, take a payout. That means you're taking the payout and you're done.
I mean, you've been watching our cases.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of TV courts, so yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you very much. Parties are excused while we deliberate on this matter. Thank you both.
Court is in recess.
I'm not buying. I'm not buying what the plaintiff is selling today.
Yeah.
I think both of you in your questioning just tore apart his rental car claim. There's absolutely no reason he should have left the car at the shop for 47 days when it was drivable. He could have taken the car and driven it until the full amount was approved by insurance.
Yeah.
With respect to the pain and suffering, his request for $3,000 I think is ridiculous. The only thing that I'm struggling with is he did go through many weeks of physical therapy on his shoulder. His health insurance, medical insurance, covered that physical therapy.
Are we certain that the injury was caused by the accident?
I thought the defendant's theory that perhaps he was on the way to the doctor for that injury was a clever one.
Did he say anything about the condition of the defendant when he talked to him?
In his answer, he said he seemed fine. He said, first, I checked on his well-being, and he said he was fine.
So 3 months went by before he sought medical attention, which was the physical therapy initial examination. He did report that he'd had the pain since May 28th.
Wait, since the day of the accident. Any PI lawyer would have told him to immediately seek physical therapy.
Of course.
And not wait 3 months.
So he did report it as being a...
Do you think that the nature of the accident could have caused this?
That's what I'm struggling with.
I mean, this idea that you twist...
You know, we hear a lot about neck injuries that can be hard to spot or expect in low-impact collisions, but a shoulder injury?
How much has he gotten from this insurance company?
So the full cost of his medical bills, which was about $2,600, was covered by the insurance company.
And how much towards the damage to his car?
$2,000-something. And
they gave him...
And the full amount was covered by his insurance.
I think he's been sufficiently compensated. I would dismiss his case.
I think he was fully compensated. He didn't have to come out of pocket on medical. Reimbursement for the rental. Just irresponsible for leaving his car there for 47 days.
And he got 10 days.
And he got 10 days, which is more than the 4 days it took to repair his car.
Right.
You know, I'm really on the fence, and I think what kind of pushes me over to your side of the fence is if he had come in here and said, you know, I'm seeking the absolute minimum that I'm entitled to. If he had sought the exact number of damages that he was actually entitled to and maybe a modest pain and suffering amount, I might have credited his testimony that he had pain and suffering. I think with this guy, everything is just 10 times worse than it ever really was.
And he seems to be able to move it quite well. He did indicate that he had a good tennis swing and a golf swing.
Yeah, I was impressed by that. So I'm comfortable denying his claim.
Okay, we have a verdict.